is it's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be ranking some of our best pink diamond players in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM. Now, if I didn't leave any of your favorite pink diamonds off, I'm sorry. I got about 60 guys on here trying to get, some of the best, especially basically anybody that wasn't on the last tier list, definitely on this one. So that's kind of what our main goal was. But hopefully this video can help you guys if you're just starting MyTEAM. Build your squad. Now I do know 2K has given out some really solid locker codes, like the one locker code from the playoff series. I got Aaron Gordon, who can evo to a dark matter. We also did see a Carmelo Anthony evo to a dark matter as well. So 2K's been giving us some really good cards, but still you're probably gonna need some budget options to put alongside them. So it's kind of what this video is gonna entail, get into. Now before we dive any further into that, new to the channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button on the road towards 120,000 subscribers. Now, Poku's an interesting one because Poku is 7 feet tall at the 3. Now, why do I like Poku? Well, in a game ran by height, he's got height. Now, what do I not like? He's got a skinny player model and player build that I don't want to say it's bad, but compared to some of the other guys, it's just not necessarily as good. But he's gonna knock down shots. He's 7 feet tall, so play decent defense in the era we're in because we just need height. Poku's fine to my team. For now, I'm going to put him at A tier. Al Horford, I'm going to put at B tier. Al's a card that he came out a long time ago, but again, 6'10 at the 2. How many other cards that's not like Big Z are 6'10 at the 2? I still feel like we don't have a lot of shooting guards that are that tall. Obviously, KG, some other out of position cards are. But I feel like Al Horford's going to play decent defense, be tall for you guys. And as far as pink diamonds are concerned, he's not horrible. Bruce Bowen, I'm going to throw Bruce Bowen at B tier. He's a little different than a guy like Al Horford. Maybe not going to be as tall. Probably a little better option as far as handling the ball, though. I still think he's a solid 3-and-D option. We'll go B tier. Caris LeVert, I like Caris LeVert. I'm going to go B tier with Caris LeVert too. We might have to change some things around here, obviously, eventually. But for now, I'm going to put Caris at B tier. I don't mind Caris. He can play really solid defense. Offensively, gives you way more than a guy like Al Horford at 6'6" with a really solid release. Christian Braun, a card I don't really know too much about. Like, when I go and look at Christian Braun, I'll tell you guys why I don't know too much. I guess he's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. I just have never used this card. Now, again, that might be my fault more than anything that I haven't used Christian Braun. Because, again, he is 6'6", decent player model, right? Decent player build. But I don't know. I guess I'll throw him a B tier, but I've never used the card. Chuck Nevitt, I'm going to throw at C tier. Chuck was a guy, maybe I'll put him higher, that came out that people were hopeful, right? People were hopeful. And then it just ended up being that Mark Eaton was way better than Chuck. Because Chuck can't shoot. He's not fast. He does nothing for you on the court. Dyson Daniels is extremely good, and he might be on the verge of going S tier. I'm going to put Dyson Daniels at S tier for the current time being. Has a smooth release. I think he's 6'7" with this base card. Going to play really solid defense for you. There's not many reasons you can hate on Dyson Daniels. I mean, from top to bottom, the card's complete. Going to do a lot of really good things for you guys. Elgin Baylor up next. Elgin Baylor's really good. Now, I think somebody told me they took away his trade fade. I don't know how true that is because on 2K database, it still appears he has a trade fade. I'd have to test that out for sure. But even if they did, let's say they took away his trade fade, and let's say he just has the normal fade, I still like Elgin Baylor. He's one of the most complete budget point guards you are going to find. I think A tier is a perfect spot for Elgin Baylor. Denny up next. I mean, he's a tall point guard, but his release isn't great. His movement's not good. I think B tier is as high as I can go with Denny. He came out a long time ago. The Radiant set, which is basically not the Invincible, the other Dark Matter T-Mac, who's incredible. That's when Denny did come out really solid just because he's tall. Cam Reddish, B tier. I feel like we're going to have to adjust B tier a little bit. Eventually. I'm not going to do it yet because I don't know what I would do. But eventually we might just have to do what we got to do and adjust B tier. But I like Cam Reddish. She's kind of overshadowed because we've just got a lot of those other guys. Again, even if you look at Caris LeVert, I mean, Christian Braun, Bruce Bowen. We've got a lot of newer shooting guards, but Cam Reddish, still really solid. James Wiseman, am I bad for putting him at C tier? Because he has a deep, not a good 3-ball, but it's serviceable enough 3-ball in his release. To me, that's the problem, is his release. I probably have Eddie Curry at the same tier of James Wiseman. I'm going to put him at C tier. I don't even think I put Eddie Curry on this list, but he'd be at that same tier. Christian Wood, I don't like Christian Wood. He's pretty bad defensively. I will say I like the Christian Wood release, though, because here's the deal. You want to know why I like the Christian Wood release? Let's talk about it. Christian Wood base. You know who's got it? Joakim Noah. Now, when I do get to my Galaxy Opal tier list, if you guys don't know how much I like Joakim Noah, eventually you will. I'm a big Joakim Noah stan. Dino up next. I still don't mind Dino to this day. I don't necessarily love him, but he's better than a Christian Wood, James Wiseman type of card. All right, let's get some lower tier guys in here. I don't love Keldon Johnson. I still think, okay, we're going to have to move some people down. This list is too talented, okay? Speedy Claxton, I can hate on you. You stink, okay? From there, we'll move, I guess, we're just going to move a lot of people down. Chuck down, Christian Wood down. Wiseman can stay. I'm going to move Christian Braun down. I'm going to move I'm going to move Bruce down. I think I like this a little bit more because I still think I like Karras more than Bruce. I think he gives you that little bit more. Mark Eaton, undisputed S tier. I don't care who you are. Mark Eaton is S tier. Why? Let's talk about the whys. He's a giant and he's decently fast. Those two things can take you places because how many giants do we have with decent speed in my team? I don't think we've got too many. And that's, for me, the reason I like Mark Eaton. That's the reason for me he is S tier. 7'4", can compete against the Tacos, the Yaos of the world. Well, competing on defense because he's quick enough as well without just getting straight ran around. Charlie Villanueva, Charlie V, I'm going to go C tier. His release is really good, and that's the one thing he's got going for him. But that's about it. I mean, yes, his release is good, getting knockdown shots for you. Defensively, though, I just feel like, he's not bad. He's just going to leave that little bit to be desired. Justin Jackson. Am I crazy for liking Justin Jackson more than Christian Braun? Because I do. Justin Jackson is a free card. So if you grinded the Bracket Busters takeover card, you got Justin Jackson. And if you run him, he's fine. Now, I would say I wouldn't want him to be your primary ball handler. But as long as he's not your primary ball handler, Justin Jackson is absolutely fine in my team. And so is Jared Jeffries. I'm going to put Jared Jeffries at A tier. And I know he's a free card, and you guys are going to be like, oh my gosh, Ty, it's free card bias. No, Jared Jeffries is legitimately, as far as pink diamonds go, really good in my team. And I'm moving Charlie V up. Charlie's got a good release. If you know, you know. And if you know how to use this card, he can be absolutely incredible in my team. I feel like I need to put more people in the lower tiers, but I just don't know how to do it because I like a lot of these pink diamonds, and I've used a lot of them as well. Ed Pickney. He's B tier. Not as good as Jared Jeffries, but for another free Bracket Busters card, absolutely really solid. George Mirasan, I mean, he's better than Chuck, so I'll put him at C tier. But he's still slow and can't, here's the deal. I'm going to do this for the sake of doing this. Mirasan is not that bad, okay? I'm not trying to just sit here and slander him because he can shoot a little bit. But he's got 25 speed. I mean, at least compared to Chuck, right? When you're looking at Chuck can't do anything because he can't shoot and he's got bad speed. So maybe I go like this. Because objectively, Mirasan can shoot, and objectively for the pink, I know his speed's low, but if you can shoot and you're 7'7", I mean, I guess A tier. I don't know. It's just hard to rank Giants because of their 25 speed. It really depends. Do you need speed or no? If not, Mirasan can be okay for you guys. Grant Williams up next. I mean, Grant is the definition of mid. 6'6" at the 3. I can't rank him highly. We'll go D tier with Grant Williams. Again, probably not the worst card I'll rank today, but what is Grant Williams? Grant Williams had a good game yesterday. Didn't poke the bear and Jimmy Butler, but what is he really doing on the court for you? Whiteside, I mean, I don't see a lot of people running Whiteside, and probably for good reason. I think C tier is the right spot for him. You could probably argue B tier, but I think those are the two spots I'd go for Mr. Whiteside. I mean, I'm going to go B tier. You know what? I do think he gives you enough to go B tier. I just don't love Hassan Whiteside in general. Herb Jones, a really good defender. but is he enough to? I think B tier is the right spot for Herb Jones. Again, a really, really good and solid defensive player that can honestly play at any level, but he's just not that next level good. Bonga is next level good. Bonga's A tier. Honestly, if you want to put Bonga over Dyson Daniels, I won't argue with you because I personally like Bonga in my team. I just think for the average player, Dyson Daniels is going to give you that little bit more, but both the cards are incredible. Even Bonga, if you wanted, let's say, play him at the 3, would probably be at least B tier. Jabari Parker, smooth release, but in my opinion, he's a worse Charlie V. So I'm going to go C tier with Jabari Parker. Again, anybody with that Carmelo Anthony base can't be that bad, but I mean, I'm not just going to sit here and hype up the card. Jaden Hardy stinks. I mean, yes, he's going to be a cheeseball offensively, and yes, he's better than Speed and Claxton, but the card stinks. Jay Crowder, not very good. D tier for Jay Crowder. Gonna play a little bit of defense, but other than that, the card stinks. Suggs, just not that tall. I mean, you could. I'm gonna go C tier because I think, you know, is he really better than Jaden Hardy though? I need to go compare the cards because that's what I'm trying to see. Is Suggs really better than Hardy, or am I just trying to gas him? I mean, Suggs is 6'5" though. That's the big thing for me. Like, forget everything else for a second. He's 6'5" compared to 6'3". Yeah, he's better. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Suggs is what you want out of a C tier type of pink diamond. It is what it is. He's 6'5", can dunk. He's actually not that bad. Jeff Green up next. Jeff Green's been around the league forever. Will Jeff Green get an NBA championship this year? I don't know. He's a free card. What is it, in clutch time this season? So, I mean, you can get him for free. If you get Jeff Green for free, it's not like you're getting anything special, though. The card is mediocre mid. Yes, I'll throw him a C tier, but I do not love the card. Jeremy Sohan. What has Sohan been on lately? Go to Jeremy Sohan's Twitter if you don't know what I'm talking about. He's been tweeting like crazy, like, this is y'all's GOAT and Bron flopping this much. Like, Jeremy Sohan, didn't you average like 8 points at Baylor and get first or second round? Like, I'm just curious. I'm just wondering, like, Jeremy Sohan, just because you guys got Wemby doesn't mean you need to be talking crazy. Anyways, he's not that bad in my team. Actually, a really solid defensive player. Crazy part is he's way better in 2K than he is in real life. Next up, Joe Ingles, Sleepy Joe. I'm going to go B tier for Joe. He's actually pretty solid. I mean, he's tall. What is he? I think he's 6'8" in game. Tall, can make plays for you. I just don't mind him. Do I think he's better than Bonga? No. But when I pull up Joe's card again, 6'8", Cole Anthony base, which is fine. You know what? Joe Ingles is A tier. Doesn't get talked about enough. But if you look at the overall card in Joe Ingles, there's not much to hate. I mean, as far as an overall card, he is really solid in my team. Benman, Jonathan Bender up next. S tier for Jonathan Bender as far as pink diamonds are concerned. At one stage, he was like a top probably 3 to 5 shooting guard or small forward in the entire game. He's 7 feet tall, has a good player model. The only thing I don't like about Jonathan Bender is the Trae Young upper. I absolutely hate the Trae upper, and maybe it's just me. I am bad with it though. Bender still S tier. Josh Jackson, I guess I'll go C tier. I mean, I guess I gotta go B tier. I don't love Josh Jackson, but he's 6'8", gonna play decent defense. Don't love his jump shot. His jump shot to me is at least just a little weird for my liking. But again, if you like Josh Jackson, do what you guys gotta do at the end of the day. I'm not gonna be the one to tell you if Josh Jackson is super good or not. That's ultimately up to you. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up next. For Kareem, I mean, I don't know. I still think he's just as good as Whiteside. I'm going to put him at B tier. He's 7'2" and fast. I mean, you could even argue A tier for that Kareem. I don't want to sit there and gas him anymore, but he is not that bad in my team. I'll go B tier for Kareem. Lou Dort is just way too small. I mean, he's way too small. Him and Jaden Hardy both D tier. They're just too small. Luke Walton is not too small. Luke Walton is going S tier. I like Walton over Ingles. I like him over Bonga by the slightest margins. I will say I'm a Luke Walton stan in my team. If you don't want me to stand for Luke Walton, you better find a new YouTube channel to watch, because I am a stan of Luke Walton in my team. Good release, good movement as far as an all-around card. Really, really solid. Malachi Branham up next. Not very good in my team. I'm honestly going to go D tier. I used him and don't like the card. Markelle Fultz, a card I do like. Going to put him at the same tier. Jalen Suggs. They're just a little undersized. Good Markelle Fultz. Y'all should know by now what that Fultz base gets into. Absolutely elite. Matisse Thybulle, I'm going to go B tier. I think, you know, he gives you decent height, decent movement, decent offense. But for me and Matisse, it all starts defensively. He plays good D. That's why he's ahead of Markelle Fultz and Jalen Suggs. Michael Carter-Williams, I do think, is a step below Matisse Thybulle. I'm going to go C tier. Still not bad. Like, if he's your point guard, I don't hate it because he's not horrible. I just think there are overall better budget point guards in my team than Michael Carter-Williams. Mo Bamba, you're S tier. And we got to talk about Mo Bamba. I wouldn't even hype this Mo Bamba up, but there was a guy in my stream one day that was like, Ty, use Hero Mo Bamba. He's like 15K and just see what happens. I used him, and I don't regret it. The card plays defense. He knocks down shots for you, gets good animations. What else do I need out of a Hero Mo Bamba for that price? Nothing. He's got a good player model, player build. I like Mo Bamba, and if you want me to hype up Mo Bamba, just ask me, because I will. Ousmane Dieng up next. He's A tier, borderline S tier. I mean, he's 6'10" at that point guard position. Sure, his release might not be the best. I'm putting him at S tier, though. You want a tall point guard in my team that can compete. He can compete because he plays decent defense. I get his release might not be your favorite. It might not be the best, but that's a small factor when he does everything else well on the court. Peter Goodmanson up next, S tier. When we're talking about pink diamonds, Peter Goodmanson is up there with the best of the best. Is he better than Mark Eaton? If you ask the average person, they're going to say yes. Peter's release is absolutely incredible. Can compete on defense. Peter's one of the first budget centers that you're like, this card can do it in my team. Reggie Lewis up next. I'm going to move Kareem up to A tier because I think he deserves it. Reggie Lewis is not great. Another card with the Trey upper. Not going to sit there and hype him up. Robert Williams, I mean, he's going to play good defense at that small forward position. I guess I'll go B tier right with Jeremy Sohan. Hey, guess what? You know, both the cards get to do the same thing. Play defense, offensively, not be great. Seth Curry, same tier as Lou Dort and Jaden Hardy, where if you're undersized, like 6'3", that's where you're going to be. I mean, it's that simple. If I want to run an undersized point guard, I'll run, honestly, I'll run Donovan Mitchell. I'll run the free Donovan Mitchell that you guys can get out of the option, or not out of the random pack, who isn't bad at all. Lou Dort, Seth Curry, Jaden Hardy. I'd rather not. Shaedon Sharpe up next. Me lying to say I used a lot of the card. I haven't. I don't know how good he truly is. Because of that, I'm going to put him at that C tier. Simbular, we got a couple of them. I'll go B tier with Simbular. I don't hate Simbular. But again, to me, he's going to knock down shots. He is, I got to say it. He's better than Chuck, though. He is better than Chuck because he has a decent shot, but just way too slow on the court. Taco Fall up next. And you guys know, Taco Fall should honestly be in his own tier of GOAT. I mean, Taco's the GOAT of pink diamonds. When you think of the best at the pink diamond tier, Taco Fall is your answer. Can knock down shots, plays good defense. I wish his lateral quickness was better, stuff like that, and he's probably going to get a new card soon. But Taco, absolutely elite in my team. Thad Young up next. Thad Young's not bad. Honestly, I'm going to say it, and you guys are going to think I'm weird for it. I low-key think Thad Young is underrated. And you guys are probably like, what? Why do you think that, Ty? He's Thad Young. I think he's underrated just for the sole fact of, look, I mean, nobody talks about him. He's 6'8", can green shots, plays decent defense. I think he's underrated. Tim Thomas, pink diamond, still to this day, is S tier. And that is crazy because Tim Thomas has been in the game since when? When did he come out? October, November? I don't know the exact date. But he's been so good for that long. I'm telling you, if you need a pink diamond for like limited, Tim Thomas is still S tier for me. Vladimir Radmanovic up next. I'm going to go A tier. I mean, he doesn't get talked about a ton, but he is really, really solid in my team. And not a card, again, I want to sit there and hype up a ton, but he is really solid as far as an overall option in my team. Next up, guys, we do see Hero Xavier McDaniel. Now, talk about a guy that might join Taco and GOAT tier if there was one here. I love Xavier McDaniel. Like, if I was ranking my S tier, I'd go Taco, Xavier McDaniel, 1-2. I mean, Mo Bamba would probably be up there too, but that would be my 1-2. I love Taco. I love Xavier McDaniel. Both those cards are absolutely elite. Last and close to least is Zach LaVine. Am I wrong for putting Zach LaVine in D tier? I mean, here's the deal, okay? Zach LaVine in my team, basically all year long, just hasn't really been it. I remember last year, in recent years, he's had that Trey Burke base, basically the Tracy McGrady old base. and he's been really good in my team. This year, I mean, he's 6'5", so he's already undersized, doesn't have point guard eligibility. I mean, the only reason people would even be using Zach LaVine if, number one, they were Zach LaVine themselves, number two, they're Zach LaVine's family and friends, and number three, they're a long-lost Zach LaVine stand. That is it. Anybody else using Zach LaVine in my team? I don't know what to tell you. I don't see any reason for using him at all. But that's me in my personal opinion. Maybe somebody needs to prove me wrong with Zach LaVine, because as it stands right now, my respect for Zach LaVine is just not there. So that is going to wrap it up for my tier list. I think it's pretty well balanced, especially for what I thought it would be. Only one F tier player in Speedy Claxton, but I mean, it's Speedy Claxton. Like, if I see Speedy Claxton, I might start laughing, because that card is horrible. The rest, I mean, obviously D tier is D tier, and we go up here, but we still do have some really solid pink diamonds in my team. Obviously, the opals are really where things start to ramp up when you talk about, you talk about, those type of cards, but pink diamond tier, still really solid in my team. Let me know your thoughts on this tier list down below in the comments. If you need any other tier lists like point guard, shooting guard, a small forward, all the way down, I do have those out as well. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.